Yes.
put this stigma in, oh my God, if you put my credit, it's going to mess my points up. What? And who says that it's your credit that's delivering this home? Because really, it's God. So to me, I'm always like, if this house is for you, it's for you. It's not this little number that you think controls you. Them 2 little points is not
It's
controlling
not
you.
controlling you. And if you can't get those 2 points back,
Then you shouldn't be thinking about buying a house.
hi, I'm Carolyn Mosley,
And I'm Deandra Pruitt.
and we are Real Estate and Motherhood.
Welcome back.
Another episode, another
So
Monday.
glad you stuck it out with us. We are here. Today we're discussing financing.
Financing.
That was a pause. We
Well,
just talked about that.
you know, it's a lot. So you'll get a lot in today's episode.
What is your current real estate deals, Carolyn?
Currently, I actually have 2 transactions that are both clients moving to Georgia from the north and the south. Yeah, funny. One moving from one moving from New York, the other one moving from Florida. They both got pushed back. My Florida, I don't know what's going on in Florida, but I feel like we need to tap into that market because no shade, but this agent was just lazy. I don't know. There's no way. You know how you try to sugarcoat it. You try to be patient. You're trying to help the situation, but the person's just lazy.
Well, I've noticed with working with Florida people that Florida's a retirement state, so they're used to working with older people. So it's like a bunch of older clients that have no urgency because they're retired and chilling.
Got it.
So maybe it's rubbed off on the agent and that's just the culture and we don't know it.
Right.
Because we're like, boom, 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 boom.
So this is a client. I don't know if you remember me speaking of the nurse that.
Oh, yeah. But I thought she closed.
She did.
Okay.
She did. We closed, but we ended up selling to buy. So she ended up going the route of selling the house in Florida.
Okay.
To purchase.
Right.
So we had to wait on the house to close in Florida, and they are just slow. Like, I didn't know. I mean, you know that every state is different. I mean,
right.
It's not rocket science. But there's so many due diligence down there. But it makes sense because you have to have insurance before you close. I mean, so there's a lot of things that we don't do until we're at the closing table. Mm-hmm. That's not as important. That they have to get done. Like, there's like insurance inspection. Well, because of disasters, flood. Right? Yeah. So depending where they are on, if they're on the coast, right, they may have to have multiple types of insurance. So it's a lot. They have to get a roof inspection. We don't. Think about it, but natural disasters.
But I would hate to have to deal with that.
Yes. So there's so many different due diligence periods.
Think about how many roofs in Florida have been kind of damaged, but you don't know. And then you get this roof inspection and then you have all of this damage. And now you have to do an insurance claim and you get held up of your closing, which is probably what's happening.
Yes. Because you can't close without it being insured. And when they come out, if the roof isn't where it needs to be, you have to repair it. Or give money or whatever you decide to do. But it's a lot. But we're there. We're here. It's happening.
When do you close?
In a week.
Ooh, that's a long 7 days. Because it's like the final stretch. So now it's just like anything that comes up is just like, oh my goodness.
Side note, we're going to talk about financing. So we'll go back to, and we kind of talked last week about lenders. Our lender was amazing. Like, he literally did the other lender on the buy side of her sales help them.
So he's won you back.
Yes.
Okay.
He's redeemed. Our lender has redeemed himself.
He's redeemed. He's back.
So he's back. So yes. So those are my current deals. But 2 of they're both cousins actually.
Oh. Okay.
And I helped their cousin buy sell. So one referral.
I know. I love that. That one family can change your whole thing. I have a buy sell that I'm working with. The house in Decatur that I had listed, that buyer needs to find something by September
The
25th.
cute little investment home.
Yes, it's perfect. So we're looking for her to find somewhere to live because currently she has nowhere to live as of September 25th.
Okay.
So we're going out after we film to look in Paulding County.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be in the car today and I'm already dreading
That's where she wants to be.
Well, she knows with the amount that she was approved for, which is 280, for what she wants, she's gonna have to go further out.
Got it.
So she's realistic in knowing you're not gonna find that what you're looking for.
But she's okay with that.
Yeah. And I always keep my people. I don't let my showing assistant or anybody else because they're mine. And she has referred me 3 closings. So, like, she's mine. So I keep her and I get in the car and drive to Fulton County for $280,000.
Yes, she will.
If I love you, I will do that.
Big weekend sports
Oh
wise.
my goodness. Sports.
Moms.
Goodness, y'all. Okay, I used to judge, like, I shouldn't say judge, but I definitely was kind of judging when my kid first started sports, and I'd be like, how are they drinking at 9 o'clock in the morning? Like, how you guys drinking alcohol? Now I'm like, you poured some of that liquor in that in that cup because I'm stressed out. Like, it's real. Like, when your kid gets to high school, it feels so different because they're almost out of time of high school and it goes by so quick. Like, Javion's in the 11th grade.
I know, that's crazy.
So yeah, sports update is he's playing fall ball. He's killing it. He actually got ranked for the first time yesterday. So he is number 65 in the state for basketball overall and number 11 in the state for his position. So he went from nobody to somebody overnight.
Literally.
Well, I shouldn't even say that. We've been playing basketball since he was 6 years old, so not overnight. But finally, he's starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel, which makes it believable for him because at first he was just working, getting overlooked, getting doubted. So it was so much coaching after he was just coached. Like, you'd go to training and then I have to recoach constantly saying the same thing over and over again. So to feel like, oh, I can move up on this list because now I'm actually on the list. I could tell even today, his trainer was like, he just had a different happy
his energy.
Yeah. Like, I'm coming for y'all. And
I'm so happy for him.
Your faces off.
So I said that to the girls via text before their game Monday. I said, hi girls, I hope you have an amazing game and don't forget to eat their faces off. And they disregarded the eat their faces off part and said, oh, thank you, Auntie. Love you too. I said, but you miss what I said.
The aggressive part.
The aggressive part. They put like, oh, in hearts. That's the difference between girls and boys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Javion just would have put TY.
No.
Yeah. No love you too. No, like, if I'm getting a response, I might just get a like of the message.
That's Chloe.
Boys are, well, they belong together.
They do. So for me, I have Rally, which is a really big tournament for high school volleyball players. So I will be there. Her first game is at 10 a.m.
When's your last game?
2. That's the 2. 2 is her scheduled games. So they have 4 guaranteed.
Okay.
And then after that is win or go home.
I love that though. The win or go home makes it so much fun.
So she could be there until
8 or 9.
8 or 9 o'clock at night. Could be a 14-hour day because it's an hour away. And yeah. So I'll probably...
Jay's doing a camp this week, which it's so much politics in basketball. But you want to go to these camps so you can get exposure and different write-ups from different writers. Because if we continuously go to like hoop scene, I'm only going to get a hoop scene write-up, right? So you want to be in front of different people. Each camp has been to $150 to $200 per camp.
Mm-hmm.
He's had 3 camps. That's $600 just for camps, not including training or anything else that parents pay for as an AAU parent. So I always tell him he's my biggest investment because he truly is, like time-wise, money-wise. So the pressure that I feel like other parents would be like, you're putting pressure on him. No, I'm not. He's my investment. So just like when you get a house, you're going to make sure your roof stays intact because this is your investment.
Yes.
Right. So to me, it's not pressure. It's like, dude, this is not just you on this journey.
Input, output.
It's us. Right. Financing. The reason why we want to talk about
to the nitty gritty
financing, I want to talk about financing because so many people throughout this process have questions for us as realtors with their financing part and not to their lender.
And I don't understand that.
How are you
It
on
doesn't
the phone with the lender and you hang up and you call me?
And you call me for me to call the lender back. Because
hold on, let me add him back to the call because I don't know. I don't know. We don't get to see your numbers.
We don't know your personal business with the lender.
I don't know how that loan is structured. I don't. I can't even explain to you how the loan is structured because I'm not the lender.
We're not the lender.
But we get it. And it's honestly about 80% of the clients do this. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's a common human
Don't
thing.
feel like you're doing something wrong. It's common. I guess when being in our position, we don't understand the thought process behind it. Like,
I guess they feel like the information shared with us. I don't know. But it's not.
Well, when to get pre-approved.
You want to get pre-approved right away.
As soon as possible.
Whenever you're thinking about buying a house, you want to get pre-approved. The reason why I say this is because you might not have all your ducks in a row. For example, I have someone who got pre-approved, applied to get pre-approved last month. His ducks aren't in a row, but he knows what to do to get his ducks in a row. So now he has a roadmap you can tell I said that a lot, a roadmap. Now he has a roadmap to buying a house. So you want to know what's going on with you. I've had so many entrepreneurs have to amend their taxes or wait until the next year to do their taxes a certain way. So it looks like they're making a certain amount.
So it's not about how much money you have or what your credit score is necessarily based on what you want. So you may say, oh, I'm good. I know I have everything. My bills are paid and I'm going to get pre-approved. I can wait to do that. No.
You can't. Because taxes show that you owe.
I like that. Taxes show that you owe. That should be a t-shirt.
Yes, taxes show that you owe. So you want to get pre-approved right away. The process is simple. And yes, your credit will be pulled. Please know that your credit will be pulled, and it is not a big deal because that is what it takes to purchase a house. And investing in a house is the main goal.
Yes.
I hate that.
Yes.
Who put this stigma in, oh my God, if you put my credit, it's going to mess my points up? What? And who says that it's your credit that's delivering this home? Because really, it's God. So to me, I'm always like, if this house is for you, it's for you. It's not this little number that you think controls you. Them 2 little points is not controlling you.
It's not controlling you. And if you can't get those 2 points back,
then you shouldn't be thinking about buying a house. Like, if it's that big of a deal, and you know what's crazy? It's always the people with the 740.
You're very passionate about this subject.
Because it bothers me. You'll go to the car lot, though. You'll go to the car lot.
Oh, you will go to the car lot to get a car and risk it all.
32 pulls for your credit.
Go to several car lots and get it pulled.
Which is what? A debt. But an asset, you're like, oh, no, I want to wait. What are we waiting for? You're not about to see anything with me, not DeAndre Marie, if you're going to wait to get your credit pulled. I am sorry.
So you never show a house without?
I'll show one house. The reason why I will show one house is because I'm going to explain the process and why we are doing this. And I need you to see me face to face. I need to look at you and look at me and me know that I told you the right things to do and that you understand what I'm saying. And then after I give you this mini roadmap to buying your house in our buyer's consultation, after I do that, then I'm not showing you anything else because you don't know what you're approved for. So many times people think they're approved for $500,000 and they're not. So many times people think they want a $500,000 house and then they see what that payment estimate really is. It's not that Zillow estimate. It's the real payment estimate and they don't want a $500,000.
Don't say that word.
Oh, I'm not allowed to?
Mm-mm.
Why?
I don't know. That's what Keller tells us. You
Uh,
can't say so.
oh, she doesn't even know why. But the estimate you see online is normally totally incorrect. So this is why you want to talk to the lender before you start to shop. So you even know what you can afford or want to pay.
Good transition though, because how long, like once you get your credit pulled, it's 8 days. You have an 8-day window where you can get it pulled several times without it affecting your credit score, which a lot of people don't know, which goes into shopping for lenders.
And why would you want to shop for lenders, Carolyn?
Because every lender is pretty much going to offer you something different. It's just like, it's like buying a car. You may have a deal at the Honda dealership that Toyota is not running today. And depending on what kind of loan you're getting and your circumstances, that bank may not offer what's best for you. Your loan is catered to what you can do and what you need. Financially, fees that are being paid out, bank fees are different at different
bank fees are different at different financial institutions. So you want to shop. One of the reasons I tell people to shop and ask for a settlement sheet, like an example of it on a certain home, is so you can actually see in black and white what the numbers are. A lot of times people are shopping and they're not asking the right questions. So there's no point in shopping if we're just looking at interest rate, because they might be able to give you a better interest rate but charge more to do the loan, and you don't have that much money to do the loan.
Right.
So remember that you're paying the financial institution or wherever you're getting your money from to do the loan. That's part of closing costs, which is completely different than down payment, which transitions into our next segment of different types of loans. I definitely want to hit down payment assistance because
I feel like that's something that is misunderstood.
Right. Have you had a down payment assistance client yet?
No, I have not.
Because when I started 6 years ago, Georgia Dream was killing it. And it's funny because they still have funding for down payment assistance, but I never see new agents promoting it.
Well, I promote it, but I just, with down payment assistance, what people don't understand is, and what kind of throws you off is down payment assistance is for you normally someone who can't afford your down payment, clearly. But your credit score still has to be at a certain point.
Amen.
So a lot of people,
huh? What does your credit score have to be?
640.
Yep.
So some of my clients, when I started advertising that as a new agent, I didn't know that. So I had clients that actually went through the application process with me, and I'm thinking, yeah, we'll get you, down payment assistance. And that goes back to also your lender explaining things to you, because I didn't know that when we learned about the down payment assistance, when it first came back out, when we got the text message from our lender, he didn't say, make sure their credit score is this. And me as a new lender, I didn't know that. So I'm a new agent, sorry. I advertised that on my social media, and I got a lot of feedback from it. I actually got a couple of clients from it, but they went through the process. They applied, maybe a good 8 clients, eight leads that I got to actually do the application, but didn't have the credit score. So some of them stuck around. I think we talked about this. You told me to do like a spreadsheet for them, for those clients that weren't followed up with, or that started the application process but weren't quite there yet.
Right.
And you were telling me to create something where I can continue to stay on them and keep in contact with them.
Because a lot of times it's one thing, like, oh, they got to pay off this credit card and then their points can jump this. Or, oh, they got to wait 4 months because they missed one mortgage payment. Or it's something that is fixable, especially those people that are fixable. I'll literally put when they applied, who they applied with, like which lender, why they were denied, and how long. Like normally the lender will say, in 2 or 3 months they'll be approved, if they do X, Y, and Z. So following up every 30 days, hey, did you start to do X, Y, and Z, or you don't want to buy a house anymore? Right. It kind of triggers them planting the seed, putting it in their head like, oh, she's great. She really helped me.
But then I feel like some of them, their energy like shifts. When they like, oh, yes, let's do this, let's do that. They fill out the application and then it's like.
It's possible. Well, no, because that's where you have to, again, become.
Right.
The everything, the psychologist, the coach. You're just reminding them, hey, you
This
can
is one
still get
hurdle.
there. Yeah, you can still get there. This is how you're going to get there. If you didn't apply, you would have never known that. And then you would have saved all your money. People think it's just saving money. You save all your money and then bam, still can't get it. So at least this helps you put your ducks in a row, which is why you have a buyer's consultation. It's why you apply. So down payment assistance for me as a new agent is all I sold. I was looking. I did so much Georgia Dream because they're first time home buyers. It was a 640 credit score. I can't remember the amount that they received. 3% of the down payment.
I don't know. I know
No,
with
I think it was 15,000.
it's 15 with what is it? Next door program?
Mm-hmm.
It's 15.
So they received $15,000 as a down payment, and they had to have a 640 credit score, had to do taxes for 2 years. And then when I was doing it, it was certain counties. Like I couldn't do down payment assistance in Cobb County.
Oh.
It was certain counties that had the
The
money.
funds available. That makes sense though.
So now that I'm on year 6, so then you have to have the house for 5 years. It pays off the down payment assistance, and you can freely do what you want with it. All of my freely do what they want are upgraded.
Are now ready
They're
for
upgrading.
you to
That's how I'm
sell.
getting my
Yeah, that's
listings,
good.
right? So it's cool. I don't see that happen as much anymore. Maybe because I'm not doing down payment assistance as much anymore. I'm not out hunting as much as I was. But I don't really see people promoting, hey, do you have a
No.
640 credit score?
I didn't know about it until our lender told it. Remember, we got that
Right.
message? I would have never promoted it. But then I started promoting it, but I didn't know certain things about it.
Right. And every lender has different programs, which is why you shop as well. This lender might have X, Y, and Z, and this one might have A, B, and C, but you need A, B, and C. So don't take it personal. Do your research, know what you're doing, and ask the questions when you meet with your realtor. Your realtor should be able to guide you on all of this. If they can't, then you need another one. That means they haven't did enough transactions. And this is the easy part of the transaction.
It is. That the pre-approval is like, that's the easy part.
So a lot of people don't know the difference between FHA and conventional either, which are pretty much our most two common. Third common would be VA. The big difference with the VA loan is obviously
no, they don't need a down payment.
They don't need a down payment. A lot of sellers don't like to take VA loans though.
I know.
It's so annoying to me.
It doesn't make sense to me.
It makes sense to me because every time I have had a VA loan, the appraisal has been.
The appraisal is yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
The VA banks are more particular with the condition of the home, more so than just the everyday loan. I'm not really sure the rhyme or reason why, but VA loans really care about if the value is correct,
right?
If the house is in a good condition. So it could postpone or hold back or terminate your deal, but it doesn't.
I've never understood. Well, I guess we should talk about the difference between conventional and FHA first. But I don't really understand why there's a limit to if you want a condo with FHA loan. Why there's a limit in like townhouse condo communities where they will only take but so many FHA loans.
It's an insurance thing.
Okay.
With condos, your HOA. Sometimes they cover your roof and they cover so it's like an insurance thing. I don't know everything about it, but I know that the reason why is because of the way the homeowner's insurance is structured.
You're right, because in my condo, like everything, if something goes wrong, it comes out of like one pot.
Right. I don't know. That's a really good question to explain.
No,
I
I'm
just
telling
know
you.
that that's why.
Because when I had that water damage,
I remember.
Yeah,
I was HOA.
Yeah, it took for you guys to approve it, and it takes so long. But I guess because it's like one funding, it's technically it's a common wall.
Yeah, but I don't understand what that has to do because it's still a common wall with conventional loan. So I don't know. We're stumped.
But FHA, to explain that loan, is government insured. So the government fully insures that loan. Also the down payment is less. So you only put down 3.5. So it's a lower down payment and your credit score doesn't have to be as high.
And the term of the loan is normally 30 years.
Yeah. And you have to live in the property. Has to be your primary residence.
And the house has to be up to par with appraisal, meaning move-in ready, in good, stable condition. With conventional loan, it's not that. The down payment, I used to have a conventional loan for 3%, which is less than FHA. So it's not just down payment, it's more so private mortgage insurance.
Oh, yes.
And what else is the difference with? That's the huge
private
difference.
mortgage insurance, which
we're pausing.
Oh.
Private mortgage insurance for sure is okay. So with FHA, that type of loan, you have the insurance through the life of the loan. With the conventional, your private mortgage insurance can fall off once your house becomes a certain value.
Right.
So that's the big difference. Your payment will change with the conventional loan eventually. A lot of my FHA clients will refinance into a conventional loan. The conventional loan credit score difference is a little higher. I believe 720 or 680. With FHA, some FHA loans go as low as 580.
Right.
Right. So it's a huge difference. Interest rates, they always feel like it's a huge difference between conventional and FHA, but it's not. Well, in my experience, I've never seen it like make a tremendous impact on.
I've actually seen lower interest rates sometimes
with FHA,
FHA
right.
and VA.
Definitely VA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, VA gets like that break with the interest rate. If you are part of the military, I think your biggest benefit is buying a house.
If you do not own a home and you are a part of the military,
like that is,
it makes zero sense.
No sense.
The perks and everything that you're gifted and the government provides for you. And then I found out like with VA after a certain time period, they can go back and use more money. Like if they didn't use all of their, so you can own,
and you can get deployed or whatever, and have to either sell that home or keep that home, and then you get back and you're stationed somewhere else, so you get to buy another house. I mean, like then you're an investor. Like it's so much you can do if you understand your benefits, and I think a lot of them don't.
They don't.
I don't think there's a class that explains. I don't think.
But why would they?
Right. So do your research. If you are in the military, do your research on the VA loan. If you need to call me, my number is 678-392.
You sound like a used car salesman.
And I'll definitely put you in the right direction so you can learn your benefits of what, because everyone gets a different amount. You notice that too? So yeah, it's the biggest benefit. Real estate term of the day will be the difference between realtor and real estate agent.
There's a difference.
Damn, girl. Sometimes I'd be like, man, I molded you so great. And then you say shit like that. And I'm like, duh. You don't know the difference between, what's the difference between real estate agent and realtor?
No, I don't. Tell me.
The realtor pledged that we'd be ethical and the real estate agent didn't.
Oh.
Which is a big deal. I know it sounds like it's not a big deal, but if you have a real estate agent that didn't pledge that they're going to be ethical, remember when you went to the, when you paid your fees for
ARA?
Yeah.
Oh,
and you went to that class?
I thought that was mandatory.
No.
Yeah, I really thought that was.
No. That's why sometimes when you're under contract, they don't put their board because they're not with the board because they're not a realtor.
I thought that was something that you had to do. I didn't know that was optional.
Yeah, it's optional. You could just pay for the GAR forms.
Wow. Learn something new every day. I did not know. I thought I thought you had to pledge.
Nope. So there's people out there that didn't pledge to be ethical, and this is the transaction that you really, really need to be ethical in,
right.
And you want them to do everything in the best benefit of you. So that's a question that you should ask. Are you a realtor or are you a real estate agent?
That is listen, I just learned something. That is something you should ask. I definitely thought that was something that we had to do.
No, definitely don't have to do that. You don't have to be part of a board at all. But I hope you guys learned about financing. I hope you guys get your financing together. If you have any questions, we are here. Any comments? I'd love for you to comment on our
Please
YouTube.
comment, feedback.
Even talking about the experience that you had with your financing. Everybody's financing is different, which is another reason why we can't really guide you.
Yeah.
Because their
there's no like answer.
is so different than the other roadmap. Like there's certain things that you're definitely going to do. But again, we're here.
I'm Carolyn Mosley.
And I am Deandra Pruitt.
And we are Real Estate and Motherhood.